The manhwa greets us by telling us about revenge, and in the frame we see a beauty with whom something is happening. It turned out that this was far from revenge, and the girl was having fun with her boyfriend to the fullest. Next, we see a fragment of the guy's face where he shows off his abs and biceps and plays with the beauty. The guy has high heartthrob skills, and he used the technique of stuffing the sausage into the sandwich, and it began to melt with joy. The beauty went into euphoria, and is happy that the handsome guy's sausage went right into the sandwich. The guy's face is happy with the work done, as if he had won the Nobel Prize. Then the game ended with an epic finale, where at the end the guy thanked him by giving away the best mayonnaise. After the epic game, the guy conducts a monologue where he decided to tell about how he managed to become a real conqueror of women's hearts. We are transported to a frame where the hero, like a real man, is fixing the sink and faucet in the kitchen. The guy did a great job, just like in a factory, and afterwards he stands proudly in pathos. The boy seemed to have eaten little porridge and had difficulty lifting his backpack, as if in his hands he was holding not a bag but a barbell weighing 300 kilos. As the story progresses, it turns out that he is a simple graduate student, and this is not his home, and the guy is not Bill Gates to get high in such luxury. While in the professor's house, he sees his daughter, a beautiful senior student of 20 years old. The beauty's name is Park Iji. Looking at the beauty, we see a hero who, with a stupid expression on his face like a fool, asks if he can go because the work is done. The beauty has high self-esteem, as if the whole planet revolves around her, and thus she successfully ignores the guy. The guy, like a real Superman, decided to leave epically because he had some kind of meeting planned. The guy received a message on his phone, and it looks like it's from the professor, and the hero's face at that moment looks surprised. The professor successfully put a spoke in the guy's wheel by writing that he urgently needed to do some more chores around the house. The hero is very upset and stares blankly at the ceiling because everything is going wrong for him in his life. It turns out that our hero is a real brilliant loser who was rejected from a variety of jobs. And then the beast runs towards the catcher, and the hero hears a voice that tells him to go to graduate school. It turns out that it was a friend who suggested to him the idea of graduate school, where we see that the hero takes an oath to study and do everything possible to successfully complete graduate school. And then, according to the classics of the genre, the hero was accepted into graduate school by a beauty with a sweet face and 2 delicious cherries that hang under her clothes. After an epic start to work, the hero rejoices in the hope that now he will ride like cheese and butter. The new shot shows the hero not in the best light, where he is late like a turtle on his first day of work. The guy ran as fast as Sonic, but it seems he still didn't have time, and he'll probably soon regret it. The hero enters the room and sees before his eyes a beautiful girl with blonde hair and blue eyes. We also see another beauty with red hair. It feels like the hero didn't end up at work, but in some isekai anime where the hero has an epic harem. The hero enters the audience like a thunderbolt from fear that it seems as if these beauties are castrating the guy for being so late. One of the beauties is interested and asks what happened to him, that a certain Mina Sunbei is furious. The beauty turns around and sees her friend approaching her, asking her to calm down. Then one of the 2 beauties approached the hero and addressed the guy by name Juwon. And the hero at that moment had a stupid face like Shrek's. This red-haired beauty is really beautiful. She's wearing a beautiful dress and delicious melons, and she says with a pathetic look that the guy was just so late. At that moment, Juwon began to make excuses like a 5-year-old child, saying that he was late because he was working at the professor's house. The girl clearly has the character of the demon Satan, since she doesn't believe a single word the guy says, and he almost burned like an iron out of shame. The beauty promises to punish the guy to the fullest extent, and apparently soon the hero will serve the queen like an obedient elf. The redhead talks to the guy about the project, that we will remove your name from it, and that he will start everything over again. The beauty unconsciously left a reference to the anime Your Name. The hero felt like he was full of water from such news, and is surprised that all his credits will be taken off him. It feels like the hero will be stripped and left on the highway. The beauty seems to have experience in power, so she makes it clear that the hero will be a loser, and that now he will do whatever he is told. The redhead in all her glory decided everything for him, so now our boy will work hard like in a factory. Our boy looks as if a tank passed over him, and with a sad look on his face, he is forced to accept all the blows of fate from this evil princess. Juwon did not expect that he would sit in a puddle like this, so he understands that he is being exploited like a slave. While the hero was thinking about this situation, the second girl from this audience sits and laughs at our boy's failures. The hero gets angry, and we see how he clenched his teeth epically, making it seem like he was about to release his fangs to sink them into the beauty. After such an epic fight with the red-haired beauty, the heroes hold a bag in their hands and are about to get to work. Sitting down at the table, the hero sees a ton of different books and archives and understands that she has put a lot of work on him. Despite all the blows of fate and difficulties, our boy, like the hero of the shonen anime Naruto Uzumaki, also decides not to give up and find a job after graduation. It's already night, and our boy, like a true hard worker, is tired of work and looks like he'll soon turn off like a battery from a remote control. As a result, the hero falls on the bed and decides to rest, and even if a comet starts falling on him, he is unlikely to get up easily. Having rested, the hero looks at his smartphone and does something there. If he is playing some kind of Genshin Impact, shouldn't be surprised. Continuing to look at his phone, he sees a program where some kind of autoplay promises him a good life. This frequency looks like some kind of cardiogram with different waves, and our hero fell for it just like Knuckles from the Sonic universe. It looks like the hero has brains, and his skull clearly understands that this program is a complete scam for losers. As a result, the hero concludes not to fall for such jokes since they are unlikely to lead to success. The guy is incredibly lucky, and one of those two beauties comes into the house in a drunken state. But at the same time, she looks gorgeous and her melons smell delicious. Still, the beauty has not lost the remnants of her mind and sees that our handsome man is in the room, and she is surprised by this. The hero looks so stupid in surprise as if he had lost an intelligence test and looks at the beauty as if struck by thunder. The beauty approached the guy and glared at him, making it seem as if a red beam would come out of his eyes like Cyclops from the X-Men right at the hero. The girl looks at him and he blushed like a lobster, and she asks why he is staring at the girl. The girl clearly did not go through the rules of etiquette and bluntly says that he is a loser. The guy looks at the girl with an evil look that seems to soon explode from such a life. It seems that the beauty doesn't have the IQ level, and up to 100 times she still gets on our hero's nerves. Because of such impudence of the girl, Juan shows such facial expressions as if he will soon burn from the horror of this situation. Our hero has balls, and he clearly decided to leave her and go home so that she would not terrorize the guy. The beauty's tongue is sharp as a dagger, telling the guy what a loser he is for deciding to leave and leaving the beauty in such a bad mood. The hero leaves, not wanting to endure all these humiliations from this person anymore. Approaching the door, he prepares to leave, but then suddenly she grabs the guy by the bag, probably not wanting to part. The girl, like an anime romance with a red face and blush, asks the hero to stay alone with the beauty. And then she asks for forgiveness for her inappropriate behavior, and her face looks amazed. Looking at the girl, the guy doesn't understand what's happening and asks what she needs. The girl either has no intelligence or has bipolar disorder, since she doesn't understand why she suddenly decided to apologize. The guy, watching the beauty, wonders what is happening to her, so he stands in bewilderment. The girl begins to tell the guy the reason for her apology, and that she is sorry that her behavior was not adequate. Our hero caught the Spanish shame from all this, so his head is burning like a volcano and he is simply tired of all this. The beauty says that her apology is sincere, and asks him to believe in her words. At this moment, the guy's face looks as angry as the Hulk's, and he clearly doesn't believe her words about an apology. The guy, as if in court, begins to accuse her of all mortal sins, and the girl, blushing, cannot answer anything. The girl froze in place out of shame and doesn't know what words to squeeze out, so she just stands there and doesn't say anything. The hero actually tells the girl why she came drunk and got on her nerves. The main character has balls, so he definitely decides to leave to avoid all this negativity. At this moment, the girl goes to extreme measures and decides to kneel like in the Middle Ages, thinking that this will solve the problem. The hero, having heard such attempts at apology from her, decides not to follow the lead and therefore says that such methods will not satisfy him. At such an epic moment, the girl, like an easygoing kitten, apologizes again, hoping that her prayers will be heard. But the girl is no slouch, and in order to prove that her words are not an empty phrase, she decides to show the hero all the best piquant fragments of beauty. And then the girl took off all her armor and showed the hero everything, including delicious melons, delicious legs, and an elastic nut. After such a feat, she tells the guy that now she wants him to forgive the beauty at all costs. Juan didn't like this whole performance and found this whole situation disgusting. As a result, the hero leaves, leaving the heroine a loser because she could not prove to the prince that she is worthy of him. The hero came home and talks about how this could have happened. It seems like the guy is having a hard time emotionally. Sitting on the bed, the guy picks up the phone and watches how that program about the frequency was in an active state all this time. The main character thinks that this is a spam program and that he is sorry for wasting his time and the internet. The guy looks at his smartphone and analyzes the program for its effectiveness and performance. The hero, of course, has an IQ far from Einstein, but here he understands that the program is not bluffing and that it somehow influenced the behavior of the beauty from whom he ran away. In general, the hero does not 100% believe the program and therefore does not know what exactly to do. And in the very next frame, the guy decides to check the program to see if it really works or if it's just a fake. Next, we see that beauty in an angry mood. She looks so angry as if she had caught rabies. I hope she doesn't infect the hero with this. Continuing to be angry, a funny expression is depicted on her face, and it seems that now the buffers will fly out of awkwardness. The heroine begins to talk about why she has such strange behavior, and therefore cannot come to precise conclusions. As a result, she blamed the reason for her behavior on alcohol. It seems like this is a classic genre for women to look for someone to blame. Continuing to reason, she builds conspiracy theories like in a battle of psychics, believing that the hero will scatter their evening together to everyone at the university. Then the next day, the heroes walk around the university and hear other students whispering and laughing at him, and he hears everything. Entering the classroom, the hero sees a beautiful girl. A professor at the Department of Mechanical Engineering, she has a beautiful face and juicy, sweet boobs. The girl is not evil and wants to provide training for the hero so that he understands what he will need to do. The beauty emanates so much pathos, and she competently gives instructions to her subordinates about what to do and how to do it. While she is giving instructions, our boy Raven considers what she is making comments on so that he is attentive. And at such a moment, the beauty says that he needs to clean out the warehouse. It looks like the hero will become a slave like Eren Yeager without a choice. Then the hero goes on a counterattack and says that he needs to finish his dissertation, so he can probably avoid her anger. As it turned out, the girl is no slouch, so she says that our boy is still very green and that he needs to start with the basics in order to be productive. As a result, our hero fell into depression, thinking about how bad everything was in his life. The hero almost hangs his nose at such a moment. He hears an angelic voice that says, "Let's get out together." So surprised, this is the girl from whom he ran away yesterday, so our boy will be at a loss. The beautiful professor approved the help of this blonde, so our hero is forced to agree to her help. While the hero is accepting help from the blonde, we see the girl with red hair does not understand why she is helping him. Then we see some kind of audience or a storage room where all sorts of rubbish lies and where the hero has to clean. Our beauty finally decided to play a joke and said that her promise to help was just a joke, so she refuses to do anything. Our handsome hero decides to do everything himself because he knew in advance that there was a catch in all of this. We see how our hero, like Batman or Superman, carries heavy loads in the name of the common good. While cleaning, he remembers that app and its effect on girls and seems to want to check it out, arguing that this is the ideal place to find out and clarify everything exactly. The guy turned on this application hoping that it would work because he obviously wouldn't be happy if everything went to waste. The application has started working, so our hero can only wait and hope that everything will work out. While the application is turned on, our hero, like an elderly grandfather, complains about his back and the fact that it is difficult for him to carry boxes. The guy continues to hope that this beauty will raise her butt and decide to help the hero with the cleaning. The hero turned in her direction and noticed something, but what exactly is not yet clear. While he is looking in her direction, the beauty doesn't like it and she'll probably show an evil character. The beauty approached him with a pathetic look, saying that while watching him, she had drawn some conclusions. The lady immediately cuts him off and tells him that he is a terrible pervert, so she thinks that this will put the guy in his place. At this moment, the hero showed a very creepy, evil face looking at her. The guy's eyes popped out of his sockets from this, but the guy is not a weakling and immediately counterattacks, saying that if you apologize, then there was no need for the beauty to take off all her clothes and get off her feet. The hero generally exploded at her behavior and says bluntly that she is the pervert and not him. Hearing this, our Madame Web decides to hit the hero. She raises her hand and prepares for an epic attack. And it seemed that her attack would go as it should, but she suddenly froze in place like monsters in the game Dead Space. The application must have started to work since she ultimately cannot hit our hero. And here the girl immediately turns on the demon, blaming the guy for what happened, believing that it was he who influenced the fact that she could not hit him. The hero stands and looks at her with inflated self-esteem, not wanting to explain anything to her. The good guy immediately understands what's what, and tells the princess to take off all her clothes and show her boobs in a furry safe. And then she started pumping up the right like crazy, saying that our boy is crazy. The hero knows what to say and says that she already did it yesterday, so revenge is a piece of cake. Therefore, the hero demands that she immediately take off all her clothes, otherwise he will get angry. The process goes on and she takes off all the armor, and we see delicious melon nuts in a cave. Soon the hero will try it all. Having fulfilled her duty, she asks if this campaign is enough. She thinks that she will get away with it so easily. This turned out to be not enough for the guy, and soon he will come up with some interesting idea. Continuing to put pressure on the beauty mentally, he asks to immediately open the cherries to the end so that he can feel the whole taste. The guy achieved what he wanted, and now we see how she reveals her boobs in more detail. They look very appetizing. Continuing to fulfill his wishes, she asks why he needs all this, to which there is no answer yet. In exchange for a clear answer, he decides not to hesitate and tastes 2 delicious peaches of this princess. Their pleasant leisure time is in full swing, and the hero gets high from delicious peaches, while the girl experiences dual sensations. Finally, we see the expression on the princess's face. You can see how she went into euphoria from such touching of 2 peaches. In the process of touching, the hero remembers how he dreamed of this, and now the dream has come true. The hero at such a moment is very happy, but at the same time, the expression on his face reveals that he is not the smartest face. During their interaction, the hero's sausage rose like a lantern and was ready to go into the nut. Afterwards, the hero reports that the scepter is ready for use and advises the beauty to get ready for the attractions. The main character successfully stuffed a sausage into a sandwich, so she goes crazy with euphoria. During these epic rides, the hero remembers how he began the difficult life of a student, full of suffering and pain. The hero has no less strength than the Hulk since he can lift all sorts of rubbish without any problems. And again in his memories, this beauty appeared holding boxes in her hands and addressing the hero by name. The guy, looking at the beauty, sees how she takes the initiative to help move the trash. Our boy, not with the smartest face, thanks the princess for her attention and looks at him with a dull look. The girl looks in his direction and turns around, saying that helping the hero is important to her. And at this moment, the beauty's nut is visible under her skirt. Now the 2 of them go and help each other carry all sorts of rubbish, just like in the 3 Musketeers, one for all and all for one. As it turned out, all her behavior was just an image, and after a while the main character began to accept a lot of humiliation on the part of this beauty. Listening to a ton of negativity from her, the hero at this time is spinning the idea in his head that she is a crazy psychopath in her entire head. This beauty in the new frame sits like a queen and humiliates the hero like a rag, but he cannot say anything. The main character, like a true slave holding a mop in his hands, cleans the office like an obedient dog, and the beauty is only happy about it. During the cleaning process, the hero refuses to work, so our beauty turned on berserk mode and began to run into the guy. As a result, the hero's face at that moment became very angry, so his depression reached its peak level. We are transported to the present, where the hero epically and colorfully shoved the scepter of power into the cave, turned on cool rides, and the beauty went into nirvana. The beauty at such moments lost her head from the buzz, and on her face we see how she is going crazy with pleasure. Then we see how epically she gets a kick out of the process, and also how beautifully positioned her boobs and juicy nut are below her back. During their game, the hero notices that the beauty has an appetizing, tasty bumper, which she coolly moves in the process. Continuing these races, the hero gets high from the process, and the beauty cannot resist the pleasure and such powerful blows of the sausage on the bumper. Next, the princess shows an evil character, saying that she does not like some of the process of their game, and that she will take action if the hero does not improve. The hero, like a real anti-hero, decides not to listen to her stories and simply intensifies the attack and pushes the limousine into the tunnel, adding even more flavor to the game. The heroine is truly speechless from such games and can now think only on instincts. Despite the entire pleasant process of the game, the girl is dissatisfied with something and dreams of taking revenge on our boy. Our hero, like a real true punisher, shows all his masculine strength by saying that he is the boss here. As a result, the beauty could not resist such a thrill and simply started screaming with happiness that Madame was hitting the bumper so beautifully with a guy. During the game, the guy notices how tasty and sweet the beauty's 2 cherries are that hang under her clothes, and he praises the beauty for her beauty. The hero got carried away without inhibitions, and for some reason the girl felt pain from such an active game. Our boy, like a true warrior, decided not to succumb to the girl's tricks and fully decided to see the matter through to the end. The beauty and her way of calming our fighter were not crowned with success, and our beauty almost shit her pants out of fear. The beauty completely lost her fear, so she decided to attack, saying that she would not give up and would resist to the end. But the guy, like a real shonen anime hero, does not give up and resorts to a secret weapon. Using the cheat code, the hero showed who was in charge and the beauty froze in place without a chance of salvation. And now the hero smiles as if he had won the Nobel Prize and is in a great mood from such success. Having used genjutsu, the beauty could not resist and became an obedient cat for our hero during the game. The game is going on and the girl is not in the most stable state, but her mood and look show that she feels the thrill of the game. Our lady stealer of women's hearts grabbed the princess's boobs and gets a kick out of the process, and the beauty cannot refuse such a handsome guy. The beauty gritted her teeth and simply accepted the fate that she was forced to obey the main character and go into euphoria from this game. The hero, as a mentally retarded person, does not reveal anything except a stupid grin and simply enjoys the gifts of nature in this game. The baby blushed like a lobster on the mountain, and apparently she is already getting used to such active play with this handsome man. Our boy continues to bludgeon, hoping that soon the white ketchup will fly out of the cannon and end the game. How often do we see the hero's grin and his facial expression? The way he reacts and feels the game is priceless. During the game, the girl cannot leave so easily and simply decides to finish the job and wait for the white ketchup to come out of the sausage. The game is already coming to an end, and the guy beautifully ends the game by shooting white yogurt out of a sausage, clearly hitting this substance. The mayonnaise hit the target like a dash in the park, and at that moment the baby swam with happiness.